How's it going, everybody? We are doing a grocery video today. My name is Chris.
My name's Shayna.
And we are the Dufresnes. We're standing here at our rental Casa Samra. You can book these on Airbnb and VRBO, or you can go to our website, casasamra.com, and it has all the information there. So we're going to our favorite market that is like a, what is it, 5 minutes?
It's about a 5-minute walk.
Yeah.
It's called Iguana Verde, and it's the closest to our property, and it's got the most selection, so it's our favorite place to shop.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through there and just show basic groceries, cleaning supplies, things like that. And then we're also gonna go to our favorite butcher, which is by the soccer field, and then our favorite fruits and veggies place, Doña Lechuga. What does that translate to?
Mrs. Lettuce?
Mrs. Lettuce. But yeah, all these places have really great workers, owners, and they're very helpful and friendly. So yeah, we're gonna take you there now and show you what things cost.
Yeah, let's go shopping. So as you can see, as we mentioned before, there's a lot of selection of alcohol here. Lots of different beers, wines, and spirits. They have a whole entire back wall and lots of stuff in the cooler as well. Smirnoff, for example, is 8,580 colones for some of the flavored ones, and these are the 750 milliliter bottles, so that's a good price.
And then Sky vodka, a little bit more.
Definitely a lot cheaper than prices that we're used to in Canada. So the wines are pretty reasonably priced considering that they're imported into the country. There's anywhere between kind of $10 and $20 a bottle for a good Argentinian wine, or one from Chile. For example, Trepache, which is from Argentina, is a very good quality wine. I've always liked it. And you know, for a 750 milliliter bottle, they're 8,585 colones or 6,730 colones. And the bigger bottles, like the Frontera and the Sonata or any of those kind of brands, the 1.5 liters, which is basically 2 bottles in one, of course, are really reasonable too. 9,500 or 11,000 colones. And some of the like sweeter liqueurs like Bailey's are 14,500 colones for a regular size bottle. Amarula is 11,610 colones. So some of the specialty like imported drinks like San Pellegrino, as far as a non-alcoholic, they're about 1,500 colones per can. And then any of the pop, also known as soda for people in the United States. We say pop in Canada.
Soda pop.
Soda pop, that's more equal. They're 850 colones for a bottle of Coca-Cola and 700 colones for a can.
And they have...
oh yeah, they have 2 and 3 liters here.
3 liters. And it's 2,000 colones.
Costa Ricans like their Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Oh, and as far as water goes, the water in Costa Rica is very, very safe to drink. Everybody drinks it here, even right out of the tap. Most of it is filtered when you go to restaurants or stay in a rental. So people drink it here, nobody gets sick. We've never ever heard of a case of anybody getting sick, but some people and tourists like to come down and still buy bottled water because they feel more comfortable. So bottled water for a normal size is 600 colones for the local Costa Rican brand. And we've got bigger bottles down here for...
It doesn't say.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Oh, 1 liter's 715 colones. So that's, I think, that one right there, which has a squeeze top.
So still reasonably priced for a filtered bottled water.
These ones were just under 1,000 the last time I bought one, so I don't know if they still are.
And we had someone ask specifically about the price of Gatorade here. So a bottle of Gatorade is 950 colones for a large one, and they do have little mini bottles for 525 colones. We found it's one thing that's really cool here is, well, anywhere in Costa Rica, is any of the markets, they have the regular size bottles, and then they have little mini bottles if you don't want to commit, like the iced tea, for example. If you don't want to commit to a big thing of iced tea full of sugar, you can just get like a little mini bottle, or if you don't want your kids to have too much sugar, they can have that. So in our previous video that a lot of you saw, we talked about the 1 liter bottles of beer. So they are actually your best bang for your buck. They don't taste as good. I don't know, the beer doesn't taste, it's okay. It's just not as carbonated as when you get it in the normal size bottle or in the can. So they are 1,300 colones for a 1 liter bottle of beer. And 1 liter we find is, I think, about equivalent to 3 beer.
Yeah, I think it's 3.5 or 3, something like that.
Yeah, and then 6 packs of the local beer, Imperial, Pilsen, anything like that, range from 4,800 colones to 5,800 colones, depending on which brand you get. There's also stuff like Heineken, which is 1,300 colones for one. I don't see the price of the 6-pack.
No, I think it's just, you can
okay, individual, so a Heineken's 1,300 colones for one, a Corona is 1,545. Tall cans are 1,380 colones. Bottles of Smirnoff are comparable as well to the Heinekens and some of the other imported beers. They're 1,380 colones. Bamboos and some of these cans are 950 colones for one.
And when you come to Costa Rica, you really need to try the bamboo
this
mojito.
One is very, very good and refreshing.
Oh, they don't have the orange one anymore. They used to have an orange one that tastes like orange pop.
Yeah, the orange one's dangerous. So when comparing crackers and cookies, the local Costa Rican brand of what's equivalent to like a Ritz cracker for a pack is 1,670 colones compared to Ritz, which of course are an imported brand, which are 2,145 colones. So there's a bit of a price difference there, of course, because the Ritz are imported. And for cookies, they have these Chicky brands, which our kids absolutely love, and they are 1,980 colones for a pack compared to like a Oreo, which is 2,250 colones for a pack.
And they taste just as good.
Yeah, they are. I mean, if you're gonna pick and you want to save a little bit of money, you buy the Chickies. They taste good too. But everybody does love Oreos, so sometimes you have to get your Oreo fix and splurge a little bit. Nuts are expensive all over the world. In Canada, we paid quite a bit usually for something like this. At Costco in Canada, we would pay about, I think, $20 or $22. Here, they are, for a thing of mixed nuts this size, which is 907 grams, 16,470 colones, so significantly more. But those are also from PriceSmart, which is Costco as well. So, but they have a whole bunch of different ones. Some of them are a little bit less, 15,000 colones, 10,000 for a trail mix, but definitely a little bit on the higher side. So one thing that we love about this Market Iguana Verde is the fact that they travel to PriceSmart in San Jose, and they bring back a lot of groceries that people down here, especially expats and tourists, are used to having, that they enjoy from back home. So they just mark up the price a little bit. So if you were to go to San Jose to PriceSmart and buy a bunch of stuff, of course it's going to be a certain price at the store. But if they're going to go and get it and bring it into the store, they'll mark it up a little bit, but it still works out to less than driving to San Jose to get your own groceries. So it's nice to have that option here and have some more selection.
Yeah, PriceSmart's equal to Costco in Canada, yeah. But we are getting a PriceSmart in Liberia. They say March, but we'll see if that happens then. Yeah,
it's supposed to be, so that'll be nice. It's only about 2 hours away for us to go and get some stuff from there. We were really surprised actually at the Planters, which of course is an imported brand as well. Planters peanuts, just for a thing like this, actually, is only 2,225 colones. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure something like this back in Canada was about $8 or $9.
Yeah, I can't remember.
So this is a good price.
If we're wrong, leave a comment below.
Yes, I can be corrected. So a lot of the Costa Rican local snacks like chips and stuff like that are made out of yuca, which is a root vegetable, or plantain. So there's lots of plantain chips here. Yucas, which most of them are about 885 or 985 colones for a decent sized bag, and they're healthier for you too. And then a lot of the local snacks, these are kind of like knockoff brand or Costa Rican brand of Doritos.
Or Ariba, from the old Dutch Aribas, yeah.
It's kind of that same idea. So this is 865 colones for a bag of chips. The little ones are 595 colones. And yeah, these are all the Costa Rican brands here. And then when you get into these imported brands like Cheetos and Doritos, they are significantly more. Like a bag of Cheetos is 2,630 colones. Tostitos is 2,625 colones for a bag. And the Doritos are 1,785 colones. So significantly more, of course, than the local brands, but makes sense because it's imported. So Pringles, around 1,500 colones for a can. So a really good selection of canned items all along here. Beans, which they love in Costa Rica. Condiments. Really, really good selection of imported sauces from Asia. Anything Thai, anything like a stir-fry sauce or a curry. They have a whole wall of stuff here. So this market has a really good selection of different types of olive oils and red wine vinegars and balsamics as well, more so than some of the other markets in Samara that we found. So there's lots of different choice here. So like this size of a recognizable brand of olive oil is 5,000 colones, so that's not too bad. We know these are an imported item for sure because we used to buy them in Canada, but we were really, really surprised when we saw that a bag of these veggie sticks or veggie crisps are 5,500 colones. That's almost $10 for this size bag. It's crazy. So a lot of the juices like orange juice, apple juice, pineapple juice, any of these 1 liters are 990 colones. So peanut butter is pretty expensive everywhere. For any of these name brand ones here, it's 3,560 colones for a small jar and 6,400 for the bigger jar.
The nice thing is they have the member selection, which is a Price Mart or Costco brand, so it's quite a bit cheaper. Well, not quite a bit. Yeah, actually it is.
We use that one now.
Yeah, so it's $42.65 for that one, and then Nutella, you can get it here, but you're 6,800 colones for a big one and $32.70 for a little one.
So coffee prices vary. Of course, Costa Rica is very famous and popular for their awesome coffees that they have. There's tons of different brands here. They range from the Brit coffee, 5,555 colones, to the local 1820, which is 2,000 colones.
Or the popular one from the Costa Ricans is the yellow bag of the 1820, which is $14.65.
So yeah, that varies for sure depending on what kind of coffee you want to have. So cereals for imported brands like Kellogg's, 2,495 colones for a decent sized box. The muesli one, 2,630 colones. They kind of range anywhere between 1,500 and 3,000 colones for a box of cereal. So these of course are imported Italian brands of different pastas. They're about 2,000 colones for a bag. As opposed to the Costa Rican brand, which is Roma, where you can get a bag of pasta. These are a little bit smaller than the other ones, but this is 610 colones, so that's pretty reasonable.
What about Prince?
Oh yes, this is like good quality craft dinner. We don't eat it all the time, but sometimes we do when we're feeling lazy. It's called Prince, and it is, it's like craft dinner, or like kind of like Sidekicks, I guess, in North America, like the Sidekick brand. Different flavors of instant pastas that you can make, and they're 955 colones for a box, but they taste better than craft dinner.
Yeah, it's creamier.
Some of those other ones,
better
they
flavor.
have like a better quality to them.
They do sell craft dinner. They don't have any. They have the little ones on the shelf right now, but they're usually 765 colones, whereas the little boxes of the Prince is 690, so a little bit less and a little bit better tasting.
And of course, the Costa Ricans, they love their rice and beans. So when they want to come in and buy beans, a bag like this is 1,000 colones, so that's quite a bit. You can make them, they're dried, so you can just make them on the stove. And then bags of rice are about 1,400 colones to 2,000 colones for a big bag. And these big ones down here are about 6,000 colones, and there's quite a bit in there.
Yeah, it's
so that could go a long way.
5 kilos right there. 5 or 6 kilos. That one's got Santa on it.
So this market also has a very, very wide arrangement of different spices and things that you need for cooking. We find that this is the most selection. If ever we're at a different market and we're looking for a certain spice, we can't find it, we come here and we always end up finding it. So one of the local Costa Rican brands of bread here is called Bimbo, and this is Bimbo the bear, and he's on most of the bread in Costa Rica.
Or the trucks running around.
Or you see the Bimbo truck, right? Yeah, all over town. So just a normal grande, so large loaf of bread is 1,415 colones for this size. There are some other kind of like specialty type ones, like Vital, that has lots of different like nuts and seeds and stuff in it. So a little bit healthier, obviously, than your typical white bread. These are about 2,000 colones.
So behind me in the back corner of Iguana Verde, they have all their cleaning supplies, laundry detergents. They have a lot of powdered laundry detergent. It's cheaper. It's like $16.80 for a bag of powdered laundry detergent. One place we can actually find dryer sheets is here. They have member selection, but they also have, what's the other brand?
Bounce.
Bounce.
We already forgot.
Yeah, so a big box of 250 sheets, 4,450 colones.
Oh,
yes.
and this is exciting. If you have a dishwasher like us, which not everybody does, I get it. This is the only place we've been able to find dishwasher tabs. So that was pretty amazing when we found them. We didn't know what we were going to do. We have found some dishwashing liquids and powders and stuff like that, but with the amount of calcium in the water here, it wasn't cleaning the dishes properly. So this is all that works in our dishwasher, and we are so grateful that they have them here.
Oh, and another thing they have in this corner over here too is all the pet food. So you got all your dog food, cat food, they had bird food somewhere maybe. Maybe they don't. Oh yeah, they do have bird food in case you have a bird. I don't know.
Birds live in the wild here.
Yes.
So they have some generic brands here. So a pack, 4-pack like this is 1,200 colones.
And the name is deceiving. It's 1-ply.
It's 1-ply. It's like sandpaper. And then if you want to go for like a good 2-ply, nice and soft toilet paper, like a Scott, a 4-pack is 1,700 colones. So a little bit more, of course.
But it's elegance.
Yes.
It says it right on the package.
Towel. Normal size roll, 630 colones. Generic brand.
They just have the gentle one here, I guess. But they don't have the price on it. It's free.
So if you come down here with young children or babies, there's packs of diapers, and they are 4,600 colones to 5,100 colones for something this size. So there's a freezer section here for people that might be lazy and just want to throw something in the oven, which we're guilty of doing sometimes. So they have some McCain fries and hash browns and chicken nuggets. Here's yogurts, bacon. We know the price of, I can't show you the size of it right now because they don't have one in here, but it's about we figured it's about a half a pound of bacon is about 2,500 colones. Okay, so cheese, queso. I just said queso, which is cheese in Spanish. This is a local brand from Monteverde. So a block of cheese this size, made in Costa Rica, is 4,540 colones. So you can see why we buy this one that comes from Price Smart, because most of the time this is about 8,000 colones, and you get a significantly more amount of cheese than this pack, and it's more like a typical cheddar that we're used to. This right now is 11,000 colones, but the price does fluctuate. We've seen it as low as
6,700.
6,700 colones.
So if you go to Price Smart, you'll pay a lot less.
Yeah, it's worth stocking up on this and just freezing it if you're living here. So a stick of butter, mantequilla it's called in Spanish, is 1,020 colones. This is half a cup, so that's how much those are. And a jug of milk, I don't even know.
I know what the jug is. Oh, it's on the door.
So a 1 gallon jug of milk is 2,315 colones. So this cooler here is specifically imported meats and cheeses. So they've got like prosciuttos, salamis, Swiss cheese, country crock, which I remember from my childhood.
Yeah, my dad still buys that stuff.
And this, I can't believe it's not
Oh no,
butter.
that's the one he buys.
This is, yeah, for people that have allergies and stuff, they have this here. So that's good.
And that's $34.25.
Yeah. And then there's like this thing of prosciutto, which is 3 ounces, is 4,900 colones for a small pack, only for the rich people. They do have like different blocks of fancier imported cheeses. You can't find these kind of cheeses very much at any of the other markets in Samra, so.
And I think those are priced per pound or something like that?
Yeah, it depends on the...
It doesn't have the actual price on it.
But they're a little bit more expensive, of course, because they're brought in from Europe. So for ice cream, we were actually really surprised about this. For the local brand, which is called Dos Pinos, I don't know if I pronounced that right. For the local brand, it's 5,740 colones for just the size of ice cream like that. So it is a little bit more on the pricey side compared to what we thought it was going to be. So usually the eggs are here, and as you can see, everybody loves their eggs. There's none in the market right now. You can buy things individually. So if you see a pack of eggs and you only need 1 or 2, you can take out 1 or 2, take it up to the till and just pay for that. So 1 individual egg is 105 colones and a dozen is 1,260 colones.
But they do sell them in the packages. They're 15, so I don't know what that would be, do the math. 105 times 15, but yeah, again, if you only need 12, you can buy 12 or 6 or 2 or
however many you want.
I don't think you can buy half though.
Oh, and that's another thing. That's a really cool thing about, I know this isn't related to groceries, but that's a really cool thing about the pharmacies here. If you want just 1 ibuprofen, if you have a headache or something like that, or like 1 Tylenol or 1 Band-Aid, you can go into the pharmacy and you can get just 1. You don't have to commit to buying a whole entire pack, so that's pretty cool. Some people have asked us about gluten-free options, so Iguana Verde also has a very good selection of different gluten-free items, some dairy-free, sugar-free things for people that have allergies. So for example, here's some completely gluten-free cereals, baking flour that's gluten-free. So like a 2-pound bag of these gluten-free rolled oats are 7,620 colones. This baking flour, gluten-free, is 5,455 colones. So they have, for people that can't have sugar at all or little to no sugar, they have things like Splenda and stevia and those kind of things, so a lot of options for that. So they have a gluten-free pancake and waffle mix, so a box this size is about 2,000 colones. And for people that are dairy-free, they have a good selection of almond milk here, different flavors. And most of these are 1,700 colones for that size. And these ones down here, this is a name brand of some sort, naturally almond, is 2,125 colones. But they do go up as high as like a coconut one or a soy one are 4,210 colones. So around 4,000 colones for any of those ones. And these smaller ones up here are 3,200 colones. So just like most of the places you travel, once you actually get to your destination, things like sunscreen are very, very expensive. So they do have some sunscreens and stuff here, definitely more pricey than what you're gonna pay in North America. So if you can, just stock up on your sunscreen there and bring it down with you for your vacation. Bring as much as you can.
Alright, so now we're at our favorite butcher in town, which is Carniceria Samra. It's just across from the big soccer field that's down from Frank's and Bank of Costa Rica. So we're just gonna go in there and kind of show you some of the pricing in there. I gotta figure out what their pricing is, and there's gonna be a language barrier as I don't speak Spanish and they don't speak English. We prefer to shop at the local butcher compared to the supermarkets. It's just fresh, local family. They'll cut stuff to order as you want, like if you want a certain steak or something like that and you go in the day before or the morning, they'll actually cut it for you, so it's all fresh. Alright, so we're in the butcher now. They're working back there, as you can see. She said everything's fresh, like 3 days old here. So just to give you an example, they have, looks like pork short ribs. Those are 4,300 colones per kilogram. Everything is in kilograms here. Pork chops, 3,500 per kilogram. They've got chorizo sausages, are 3,500. Ground beef, 4,600. I don't know what that is. It's some sort of pork 3,500, so it's a pretty common thing. They've got steak cuts. I don't know what cut it is. Oh, these are, yeah, just some sort of cut. It doesn't say. So 5,000 colones for a kilogram of cut of steak. They can do special cuts as well if you ask them like the day before or something. Yeah, they have all sorts of stuff. You even have some cheeses and some other like sausages and stuff like that. And then over here is all their chicken. So for the chicken breast, it's 4,633 colones per kilo, so 2 pounds, or just under 2 pounds. Very similar to Canada, if not a little bit cheaper. But yeah, this is our favorite butcher. They're always friendly here when they're helping us, and yeah, it's nice and clean, which is great. Now we're gonna go to Doña Lechuga. It's our favorite fruit and vegetable store in Samara. It's just by the Las Olas supermarket, which is behind me here. And how you get there is you go down the road towards Carrillo, and it's just like a block away from the main turnoff once you get into Samara. Buen día.
So this is our most favorite fruit and veggie place in town. Anything that we've never been able to find at some of the other markets, we've always been able to find here. Yeah. So it's got the most selection, it's the freshest. They stock up every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning with fresh local stuff from the local farmers. And they also have a selection of some other things as well. Speaking of some different items that they have here, they have a really good sized shelf of all sorts of different local honeys that you can get that are made right here in Costa Rica. So really good, really healthy, 100% natural. They have different sizes.
Yeah, a jar like this here, which is, I don't know where it says, if it does say, about 500 grams. That one is 58.50 colones. So, all right, so pineapples. I think you guys have the biggest pineapples in town. They're always like super big here. Yeah. So pineapple is 1,000 colones. And then bananas sold individually, they're not in the bunches. They are 50 colones each, which is really good. And then sandia or watermelon is 600 colones per kilogram. So also as far as some different items that they have here, they have fresh garlic that's already peeled, so they have bags of that. They do have some meats and cheeses as well, so that's kind of cool. It's kind of one-stop shopping, and you can come in for some fruits and veggies and grab some meat and cheese at the same time. So apples, called manzana in Spanish, they are 600 colones each. So this is definitely one of the more expensive fruits in Costa Rica, we've noticed. So it's very difficult to grow apples in Costa Rica. So all of the apples are imported. So it works out to about $1 an apple, which is definitely more than we're used to paying back in Canada, where we had lots of local orchards that grew them and stuff, so they were always readily available. So this is a treat. Tomato is 1,200 per kilo. And we have just like a yellow onion is 1,500 per kilo. And then just potatoes, I don't even know what kind these are. The yellow potato, I guess. These are 1,200 per kilo as well. And lettuce, you only really get one type, lettuce. Like a leaf lettuce. Yeah, and these are 400 colones per head. They also have all sorts of herbs and stuff like that, like the cilantro. They've got the flat leaf type, and then just a normal cilantro. And then you know, basil, mint, thyme, rosemary, green onions. So they basically have everything here that you need. Well, there's mangoes over here too. So right now mangoes are in off season, so they're 2,200 per kilogram. But when they are on the trees, it goes down quite a bit. It goes down to like 700 to 800 colones per kilo. Yeah, it depends on the time of year. It's usually February, March, and April is mango season here, and they're just growing like crazy. Yeah, we have them like right by our house. So they're obviously a lot cheaper at that time. But yeah, right now they're a little bit more. And then avocados are roughly 700 to 800 colones each. So avocados are expensive everywhere. Do those go down at all in certain year?
Yeah, it's different.
Different, yeah. I think you need a little bit cheaper. Okay. And then there's the bigger ones, like the Costa Rica avocados. More money, more expensive. Okay. They have a different avocado here. It's grown in Costa Rica. They're a lot bigger, but they're more expensive as well.
Is there a different name for that type of avocado?
This one is avocado Hass.
Avocado Hass?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other ones, the bigger ones that grow. You don't know. We're not sure
What's
what
the
they're.
Spanish name?
Yeah, I
You
don't
don't know? It's a no-name avocado.
Yeah.
And then they have things like ginger roots here. What are these?
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit.
Passion
Should've
fruit.
known that.
Those are always good.
It's my passion to not know what passion fruit is. And yeah, so they have beets. So yeah, that's
Cherry tomatoes, which you don't find. You can't find that everywhere you go. They actually have.
What are
1,500.
1,500 for a thing of cherry tomatoes.
Yeah, they're very reasonable and they're really good.
You've got zucchini, eggplant, which is nice. I didn't even know they had that. So. And then for if you have broccoli, and it's 1,300 per kilo for the broccoli. It's not a big step, so you're paying for that. And yeah, that's about it. Free. Actually, that's a nice thing about Costa Rica is you can fish from the surf or the beach for free. It's only if you're on the boat you got to spend money on a fishing license, but it's not much. I think it's $15 for a week, $30 for a month, and then $50 for the year to do any sport fishing on boats, that kind of thing. But we do have fish market in Matapalo. Prices change all the time, so we don't want to do pricing on seafood. There's also the trucks that run around with the chest in the back. It's like a freezer, and you can buy fresh fish from them. They'll drive through Samar all the time. All right, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We just thought it'd be good to show the prices of the groceries in Costa Rica, because when you are staying at Sea Casa, we do have the kitchens set up so you can do your cooking here. Especially if you're traveling and you watch this video, then you have an idea of what you're going to spend while you're on vacation if you are doing all the cooking yourself. We toyed with the idea of 2 bedrooms, but we figured a kitchen was more beneficial to our guests instead of having an extra bedroom. If you want to book with us, just go to seacasasamar.com. All the information is there with the links to our Airbnb as well.
So in our next video, we're going to address topics such as our personal experience with buying a car here in Costa Rica, as well as how to set up a bank account and also buying property.
So if you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and the little alarm notifications so when our new videos come up, you will be alerted via electronic mail, as they call it. We also do have our Patreon, so if you can donate monthly just to help us make these videos, that would be great. And we'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
Ciao. So, I'm doing it again. The wines are pretty reasonably. So the coast,
Chest in the back, and you can buy fish.
So this is our most favorite fruit and veggie stand, or not stand, it's not a stand.
We're
this
standing.
Is a store, not a stand.
We're standing.
Why are you wearing glasses?
So it looks like a different day. I look smarter. Gotta look smart. Oh, you look smart.
I don't.
Like grandparents say. That sure looks smart.
Sharp.
Oh yeah, sharp. That's the other one.